I put butter on the meat. I learned this at a 5-star restaurant. In a pan, I'll add olive oil, then a 1 kilogram pork shoulder, and we'll fry until both sides are sealed. How do you make pork shoulder at home? I'd love to know your recipe. This is the ideal point. After that, I'll make a cut in the middle of the meat and set it aside. You will see how delicious this recipe is. Stay with me until the end. You won't regret it. In this container, I'll add 100 grams of diced ham, 100 grams of diced mozzarella cheese, 50 grams of olives, 1 diced tomato, 3 chopped garlic cloves. I'll add a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and mix all these ingredients well. This recipe turns out incredibly delicious. Make it at home, and then come back here to tell me what you thought. I'm sure you and your whole family will love it. After doing this, I'll stuff our meat with this mixture. Then I'll close it using toothpicks and tie it with string. Having done that, I'll transfer it to a baking dish lined with parchment paper, then brush melted butter over the meat, season with salt to taste, black pepper, and paprika, and spread it well with my hands. Finally, I'll place 6 potatoes spread out in the dish, then drizzle olive oil over them, and add salt and black pepper to taste. And I'll take it to the oven at 356 degrees Fahrenheit for an hour. In the meantime, in a pot, I'll put a cup of dry red wine, 2 tablespoons of plum jam, and mix until the jam dissolves. When that happens, I'll add a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of paprika, and mix until the sauce thickens slightly. And this is the ideal point. The meat has roasted, and I've taken it out of the oven and the dish. I'll cut it into strips, and we'll serve it with the sauce we prepared. Look how amazing the result is! I hope you enjoyed it. See you next time!
When I make hot dog like this, everyone asks me for the recipe. I'm going to start by cutting 500 grams of hot dog into slices. And before I forget, tell me what city you're watching us from so I can send you a special shout out. Today's shout out goes to Ryan Mitchell from Austin, Texas. I'm so glad you're enjoying our recipes. After slicing everything, it'll look like this. Perfect. Now I can transfer it all to a bowl. I explained everything in detail so you won't have any issues when making it. I'm going to add 4 tablespoons of wheat flour. Mix everything well until all ingredients are combined. Take your time. When you make this at home, send me a picture of the result. I'll set it aside and move on to the next step. In a pan, I'll add some oil. The flavor of this recipe wins everyone over. Can't go wrong. Then I'll add the hot dogs to fry. It's one of those recipes that surprises with flavor. even using simple ingredients. Now I'll transfer everything to a bowl. In another pan, I'll add oil. And also 3 cloves of chopped garlic. I love cooking with garlic. It's perfect. Now I'll add parsley to taste. Stir well while it fries. The smell of garlic is amazing too. I'll add 1 cup of tomato sauce. In the end, the result is an explosion of flavors. Then, I'll add a 1/4 cup of water. Now, I'll keep stirring. No rush. This is going to be perfect. The flavor is simply unforgettable. I'll add 1 teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of chimichurri, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and half a teaspoon of chili flakes. Then, I'll place the hot dog back in. Now I'll add 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Mix well one more time. Look how beautiful it's turning out. Done. This looks perfect. Here I have 2 breads. I'm going to cut them in half to add the hot dog. It's so delicious it'll be gone in no time at your house. Every bite is a wonderful experience. I'll place the bun on a plate and add the sausage. You can add as much as you want. This snack has always been my favorite growing up, and now I'm showing you how to make it. I'll add mayonnaise to taste on top. I love making recipes with this ingredient. To make it even better, I'll add mustard to taste. Even people with no kitchen experience can make this. You don't need to spend hours cooking to have an amazing dish. It's a perfect recipe for when you want something quick and tasty. It'll become a classic in your house. It's impossible to make just once. Tell me, didn't you get hungry just by looking at it? I'm sure everyone at home will love it too. The best part of this recipe is that you can make it in no time and with just a few ingredients. Now it's time to enjoy it with the whole family. How didn't I learn this before? A genius trick I learned from a friend in Italy. To start today's recipe, we're gonna open up a chicken breast, just like I'm doing here. Cover it with some plastic wrap and use a meat mallet to tenderize it. I bet you've never tried anything like this before. It's super easy, practical, and fast to make. Now we're gonna cut the chicken using a pot lid as a guide, just like this. Then move it into a bowl with all-purpose flour, just enough to coat it. Even your friends and family are gonna ask where you learned to do this. Make sure to cover it well with flour. In another bowl, crack 3 eggs, add 1 teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Mix it all up using a fork. Now add 3 minced garlic cloves, parsley to taste, and half a cup of Parmesan cheese. Oh, and before I forget, tell me what city you're watching from so I can give you a special shout out. Today's shout out goes to Emily Bennett from Chicago. So glad you're loving our recipes. In a pan, add 1 tablespoon of butter and let it melt. Now coat the chicken in the egg mixture we made, making sure it's fully covered. Then place it in the pan and let it fry. Flip it carefully so both sides cook evenly. Once it reaches a golden color, take it out. In the same pan, pour in 1 cup of chicken broth, add 3 minced garlic cloves, and squeeze in half a lime. Add parsley to taste. After I learned to cook chicken this way, I never wanted to eat it any other way. Add another tablespoon of butter and stir it in. Place the chicken back in the pan and let it cook in the sauce. Be careful not to burn it. I'm sure this will become your favorite go-to dinner. Perfect for those days when you don't have a lot of time to cook. My family loves it so much, they ask me to make it almost every week. It's literally impossible to eat just 1 piece. I'm sure it'll become a regular dish at your place too, just like it did for me.
When I make chicken with pasta like this, everyone asks me for the recipe. For today's recipe, I'm gonna cut 2 chicken breasts into cubes. Then I'll add a tablespoon of butter to a pan and spread it all around. After that, I toss in the chicken. This part is super important to get the chicken just right. Once it gets that golden color, I'll add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of oregano. Mix everything real well. Meanwhile, I'll grab another pot and fill it with water. I'll add a teaspoon of salt and 250 grams of pasta. Then I'll let it cook for 15 minutes. Now I'm gonna take the chicken out of the pan and set it aside. And before I forget, tell me what city you're watching from so I can send you a special shout out. Today's shout out goes to Travis Whitaker from Mississippi. I'm so glad you're enjoying our recipes. In the same pan, I'm adding another tablespoon of butter and spreading it. Well, then I'll saute half an onion chopped into cubes. This recipe is just so good. I'll also add 2 garlic cloves. These ingredients make all the difference at the end. Once the time's up, I'll drain the pasta. Then I'll add 100 grams of mushrooms. Do you like adding mushrooms to your recipes too? I'm pouring in 1 cup of heavy cream, 3/4 of a cup of milk, a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. Mix it all up. Always keep the heat low so it doesn't burn. Now I'll add back the chicken I cooked earlier. Ever seen a recipe like this? Send it my way so I can try it too. Then I'll add in the cooked pasta and mix everything with the sauce. I love recipes like this, perfect for busy weekdays. Now I'm gonna top it with Parmesan to taste. The texture that Parmesan brings is amazing. I always use it. Then I'll serve up a portion. This recipe is not only super easy to make, it's also super cheap because we usually already have the ingredients at home. Send this to your friend who's into chicken. They'll love getting this recipe from you. Make it at home today and let me know how it turned out. I'd love to hear from you. Look how good this is looking. I can't wait to try it once it's done. I bet your mouth's watering just watching it come together.